This is the Zaku 2 DX and the RX-2 DX. This is actually released back in 2018 and I actually did a video on this, but I never thought I would actually get my hands on these two very cool classic Sofubi. So they are based on the original design. They are meant to be as true and as accurate as what you've seen in the anime as possible. So it's not meant to be a Gunpla kit, but it's rather a DX toy of the Zaku 2 and the RX-2. So Big P actually bought this and we'll first unbox the Zaku 2 and see how it looks like. Yeah, it's actually quite hefty. That's the biggest surprise that I have for this kit now. Ooh, okay, so what do you get? Wow. Look at that. Let me take out the plastic wrapper Big P. I was actually expecting this to be a hollow Sofubi, right? It's actually a sticker for the mono eye, but surprisingly it has a matte finishing just like any other Sofubi, but it actually feels kind of hefty, surprisingly, right? Not a lot of detail. Like I said, it is meant to be anime accurate. It does come with the bazooka rifle. Very cool. And in case you're wondering about the height, standing next to side by side with a Master Grade RX-2, same height. It's actually pretty big, not too bad. Okay, now let's look at the Granddaddy itself. Okay, wow, I think I really like this guy already. Anime accurate. Look at the long face of the Granddaddy, but at least they got the colors right. It really does look like this comes up from the anime. Of course, this being a DX toy, somewhat like a candy toy, the color and the finishing is not great, but the color itself is reproduced quite close to what we have seen and known from the anime. Look at the shield, very cool. Okay, the proportions, as I mentioned as well, it's just like the anime. So Big Pete, will you actually panel line this? Or will you keep this as true as possible?
I think I will try to panel line it and see how it is. If not, then I will just erase the panel line and leave it as it is. The colors are very close to the MG here. It's very painted, right?
So as you can see here, this is my 1 year war version of the Master Grade Granddaddy, and this is the anime version. The proportions definitely looks a lot slimmer compared to the Master Grade, right? And as I mentioned just now, this RX-2 together with the Zaku 2 as well, it is actually not a hollow vinyl. This is actually released in 2018. They're actually quite hefty. So it actually has quite nice weight onto it, and it actually is quite a nice addition to display next to your Gunpla or Gundam collection. You know, something that looks very classic, very retro. It's kind of a nice refreshing break from seeing all the new modern design kits that we've seen. Yeah, and that's why Big P bought this. And these are probably not something that you see often, and that's why we are featuring on our channel. But if you guys do come across the DX Granddaddy RX-2, I know you guys hate me saying Granddaddy, but that's a term I like to use for this guy, and the Zaku 2. Even the packaging itself really looks like something out from the early 80s, right? So they retain that very cool retro packaging style of the two Sofubi. Highly recommend this. They are going for less than 25 or 30 US dollars each, but you know, this was released way back in 2018, so if you do find them in the market, I will highly recommend getting this. Very nice weight into it. So this is the review of the RX-2 and Zaku 2 DX